do-rags, wave cream, brushes. Get the best products for your 360 waves at wavymerch.com.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nick Wavy. I'm back with a new video. Now this video is something that I feel can change your life, and if I were to watch a video like this back when I was purchasing vehicles, I would be in a better off situation. But at the time I didn't understand what I was doing and what it was like to deal with the purchasing and selling of cars. I know in the future you guys may want to purchase a vehicle, or you may have already purchased a vehicle. I just want to try and let you know about my situation and how I could have made it better for me. And I got some comments on my last video, someone saying, oh yeah, this channel's dying, it's falling off. Look at the content I'm making right now. I'm making content that's geared more towards self-empowerment. I'm trying to show you the knowledge that I've learned in my life. I don't care about views anymore. I do not do YouTube full-time for money. I do not. I'm doing this now because I want to spread awareness, and I want you to understand the concepts that I've gone through and the situations in life that I've been through that I would do over and make it a better situation for me and my future. So this video, I'm going to talk about how I won't say lost a lot of money, but how dealing with cars, purchasing and selling, I made some of the worst financial decisions of my life. It's definitely by far the worst. So I have a spreadsheet here and I already have it written out. So I hope you guys watch this full video because you are going to learn something that you can take with you for the rest of your life. Bear with me. I'm going to try and work through this. In 2017 or 2018, I think it was 2018, I bought a Mercedes-Benz C300. And the sticker price it's listed here for $24,000. Now when you purchase a car, you look at the price, but you forget that there's 13% tax. So I'm in Ontario, and sales tax is 13%. Your state or your country or your province has different sales taxes. But just remember, you have to include tax into your sticker price. So my tax is 13% in Ontario. So my $24,000 car ended up being $27,120, right? Now, I don't have the bill of sale for that, so I don't know what other add-ons I paid for with that car. But let's just hypothetically say it was 27 grand I paid for. Now, I put a $2,000 down payment down, and he told me, yo, you could put anything down. So at that, when I heard that, I'm like, okay, wow. So I could put 500, 5,000, 1,000, nothing. I don't need to put anything down. But how it works is, for example, I put $2,000 down. So the total loan amount that I'm loaning from the bank, that the bank is giving me, I'm borrowing from the bank, is $25,000. Because the car was $27,000. I put $2,000 down. So now the final sale is $25,000, and I need to borrow that from the bank. One thing that you may forget is you're also borrowing the tax as well. So my car was 24 grand. With tax, it was 27,000, and I put $2,000 down. So 27,000 subtracted by $2,000 cash comes up to 25,000. So now I need a loan from the bank for 25 grand. I did bi-weekly payments. So bi-weekly is every 2 weeks you have to pay a certain amount of money towards your loan. At the time, I think my payments were $250 bi-weekly. So roughly every 2 weeks I'm paying $250. Now I had that car for 6 months, and I decided I want to upgrade. I started making more money, and I said I want to upgrade my car. And I had my eyes on a CLS 63 AMG S. Now I went to the dealership, and my mistake was I did not negotiate at all. Like, I seen the car and I'm just like, yo, I'm ready to buy it right now. For me, I don't really have patience, you know, and that's something I have to take into consideration next time I buy a car. I went in there, I said, yo, I want the car. Like, let's do it right now. What can I do? And then I put a $500 down payment down. It's like security deposit, and now the car is mine. And I didn't even drive the car. I didn't negotiate. I just said, I want it, I'm buying it straight. So how I went about purchasing the car is I was going to trade in my old car and then use that money to put down onto the new car, right? So they offered me $16,000. I have it listed here. They offered me $16,000 to buy my car, okay? But I owed $25,000 for my vehicle. So technically, right, they would pay me $16,000, but I still owed the bank 26 grand. So they paid me the 16 grand, and I basically put that money towards paying off my old car. Now I owe, how much is it? I owe basically $10,000 on to pay off my old car. So bear with me. Now let's go over to the next page here, and this will kind of give you a better understanding of how I went about doing it. The new car that I wanted was $68,800. I bought extended warranty on top of that. The safety was $600, and I was financing the vehicle. So there's a fee to finance your vehicles. There's an OMVIC fee. I don't even know what fee that is. But all of that came up to $74,598. And that's for me to buy the new car, straight up. Now, they offered me $16,000 for my old car. And I was going to apply that towards the purchase of the new vehicle. So the $74,598 subtracted by the $16,000 that they'll give me for the car comes up to $58,598. Then you add tax on top of that. And I also owe the bank $26,000 in total for my old vehicle, okay? So the total is $92,000 and $92,040.01. So pause the video and try and understand how I got to that number and how it got to that number. So let me try and explain that. The total purchase of the vehicle was 75 grand, 74,000. They gave me 16,000 for my old car, and now I use that 16,000 to go towards the purchase of the new vehicle. So now the new vehicle, I owe them $58,598, right? Then you add tax on top of that, and I also owe $25,000 in total for my old car. So now that's how I got $92,000. I put a down payment of $500 security deposit. This was the check I brought them, a check for $24,330. Add on the gap insurance. So what gap insurance is if I crash my car and the insurance company would offer me $100,000 for the car, but I still owed $200,000 on the car, gap insurance will cover that, the rest of the payment. So insurance will give me another $100,000, and that goes towards paying off my vehicle. So there's that I paid for. There's the HST on the insurance. So I paid tax on top of the gap insurance. And then there's the lien registration fee, which I think that means I'm either paying off my old car or I'm starting a new loan. I don't know, one or the other. So in total, it came up to $69,368 that I owed. So this picture here will kind of give you a better understanding of how it got to that total. So I didn't understand this paper until I think 2 years later. Like I always tried to read and understand what this is, but I never understood it until now, and that's why I'm making a video. So there's optional accident and health insurance, which was $2,052. Bro, I have no idea what that is. I can't remember saying, yeah, sign me up for the optional accident and health insurance. I already have that with my car insurance. You know what I mean? So that's an optional fee that cost me $2,000. I have no idea what it is. There's optional extended warranty, which is $5,000 roughly. I said, yeah, sign me up for that. And then there's a contract registration fee. So I guess to get the car in my name, it cost me $96. Life insurance, I said no. I guess I said no. And then there's tax on top of that, right? So which is 13% in my state. So in my province. So in total, $69,000 for the car, plus all these other fees, plus tax on top of that. The total came up to $84,374 for the purchase of the vehicle. That's what I was buying. Now, I traded in a car which was valued at $16,000, but I owed $25,000 for the old car. So to get rid of my old car, I had to give up my vehicle and pay an additional $9,000. So now my loan for the old car is clear. I no longer owe anything for my old car, and I don't own it anymore. And I got rid of it. So it cost me $10,000 to pay off the vehicle, and I don't even have the car anymore. You know, so I look at the numbers, I'm just like, that's stupid. So bear with me, it gets worse. Now I put in a check for $25,000. And $25,000 subtracted by the $10,000 that I owed for the old vehicle means I have $15,000 left to put down payment on the new vehicle. So $84,000, which was the total cost of the vehicle plus tax and all that, subtracted by the $15,000 down payment that I had remaining, my total came up to $69,368. So I needed to finance $69,368 from the bank. Now, this is how it works. On June 19th, as you can see here, 2018 is when the loan started, and I signed a 6-year finance term. So it's 72 months, and I'm paying bi-weekly for 72 months. As you can see here, bi-weekly, and each payment will be $556.53 bi-weekally. So something that I want to bring to your attention, I was thinking to myself, yeah, this is I pay $556 every 2 weeks, that's $1,100 a month. That's not true. So I'm paying $556 every 2 weeks, and it's 52 weeks in a year, which means there's 26 payments that I'll have to make. So $556 every 2 weeks for 26 weeks equals $14,456. But I thought about it, I'm like, if I pay $1,100 a month, right? $1,100 a month, and there's 12 months, it only comes to $13,200. But when you do bi-weekly payments, it just comes up to more than monthly payments, which is not a bad thing because I'm paying more money off for my car, whatever. But you're not necessarily doing that. So when you borrow money from the bank, and I have a bi-weekly payment of $556, in total, I'm gonna end up paying the bank $17,450 in interest because I'm borrowing $69,000 from the bank at 7% for 6 years. So that's how much money they would have profited from loaning me the $69,000, $17,450. So how car payments work is if my payments are $556 bi-weekly, maybe $300 of that goes towards the car, and the rest of the money goes towards the loan. So I'm paying off the $500, some of that goes towards the value of the car, and some of that goes towards the interest. So the bank is gonna start making their money back faster before I start paying off the total value of the car. So your car payment, and you're financed and you have a car financed, all of that money is not going towards the value of the car. It's going towards the value of the car and the loan that you owe them. They're not gonna wait to the end of the loan for you to pay them everything. They're gonna take money as your plan goes along, and they're gonna start making their money. So I think that's the best way I can explain it. Let me try and summarize this now. So I bought a car for $24,000 plus tax, so it came up to $27,000. I put $2,000 down. Now I owed, the bank lended me $25,000, okay? And I was paying $250 bi-weekly. By the time I wanted to buy a new car, the dealership offered me $16,000 for the car. But at the time, I owed $25,000 for the vehicle. It was 6 months after I had the car. So now they took my car, they gave me 16 grand, but I still owe 25. So now I need to put another $10,000 down, and now I got rid of my car. So at this point, I have no car, no loan, and I just lost like 25 grand. So, okay, look, I'm done trying to explain this because the more I try and explain, the more complicated it gets. So long story short, when you want to finance a car, my advice to you is to put as much money down as possible, because the more money you borrow from the bank, the more you have to pay them back. If you borrow $1,000 from the bank, you have to pay 7%. But if you borrow $10,000 from the bank, you still have to pay them back the 7%. So you want to pay back as less money as possible. And another thing that I would do when I buy another vehicle is make sure I look at the list of things I'm buying. So I didn't even know I paid for optional accident and health insurance for $2,000. I just now noticed it. I have no idea what that is. I already paid for insurance. So why did I pay? I didn't even pay. I borrowed another $2,000 from the bank for optional accident and health insurance, and I have to pay interest on that. So I paid $2,000, 7% interest, whatever that is. If I were to go back, I would look at every single optional service that they have, and I would say, okay, yeah, I don't want the optional accident health. Optional extended insurance premium. For that car that I bought, the CLS, I would most likely do it because it's an expensive car. if that car went wrong, if something went wrong with that car, I don't want to have to pay for it out of pocket like crazy. Now, extended warranty, I've never had to use it, but I feel like if I were to use it, they would say, oh yeah, but we can't fulfill it because your car is tuned, or you don't have ceramic brakes. You're supposed to have ceramic brakes. I never read the fine print of the extended warranty, but just like any insurance company, they don't want to pay you the money, and they're going to use every single tactic that they can in the fine print to prevent you from exercising what you paid for. So optional extended warranty. If the car is expensive, I would read the fine print and I would think about it. I would most likely do it if the car is expensive. If the car is not expensive, like, I wouldn't do it personally. I would just put more money down, because the more money I put down, the less money I'm gonna have to pay back, basically. And that's how this was the worst financial decision of my life. Luckily, when I crashed the car, I got 66,000, I think, or 64,000, and at the time I owed 54,000. So I had money left over, but the money I left over just paid me back for all the other L's. So I didn't lose that much money when it came to owning and losing my cars. So right now I have a Honda Civic. I paid for it cash. I have no stress, and I like it. Like, it's just something, one less thing I have to worry about. So I hope you guys understood this video. I know it was very complicated. I know there was a lot of information that I threw at you. I didn't understand this concept of financing vehicles until 2 years later, which is today. I've looked at this many times and I never fully understood how the game works. Now I understand. If you guys want me to make another video explaining it, I'll do it. But I hope you are able to understand and grasp the concept of financing vehicles and how it can be a terrible decision financially. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Press the like button, post a comment if there's anything else you want me to talk about, and I'll catch you on the next video.